So far this year, I've talked about reading as self-care and reading as routine. Today, I'm going to talk briefly about reading as inspiration. Specifically for writing fiction. I'm not a published author, but I do like writing stories for fun, and I find whenever I'm experiencing writer's block, sometimes the best way to get inspiration is to just read. Read books that I like, read my favorite books, read new books in the genre of which I'm trying to write, and that can inspire me and give me ideas and think of things that I never thought of before. Another idea is to write fan fiction. With fan fiction, all the hard work is done for you. You have characters and you have a world, and you can just create new stories with all of that, and it's really fun. It definitely helps exercise your writing muscles and give you confidence and get you into the routine of writing again, and before you know it, you'll have the inspiration to write your own fiction. Most of the time. If you know other ways that reading can help you get inspired to write your own stories, let me know in the comments. Now, on to my reading wrap-up. We started off with The Alpha Drive by Kristen Martin. I've made a full book review for this book, so you can watch that. I'll put it in the cards in the description below, so enjoy. I liked it, and I'm gonna read the second one, because Kristen just sent me an ARC of it. That's an advanced reader's copy. The first one I ever been sent, so that makes me feel like a real booktuber. Yay, joyous. Thanks, Kristen. I am looking forward to see what happens to Emery. Oh my goodness. Next, I read Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut. This was a Christmas present from my mom. I think she gave it to my husband, Jim, but I read it first. This was actually a pretty quick read for me. I read it on an airplane to and from California, random trip, and yeah, I don't know what to say about this other than it was not at all what I was expecting, and yet I don't think I was actually really expecting anything. It was on a list of, like, life-changing books, I think, from somewhere, so I'd read maybe 2 or 3 already on that list. Oh, government and religion and... Ugh, it was really good. Very good. Very good. Next, I read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Now, this was an audiobook, and I have some interesting feelings about audiobooks. So, this was the second one that I listened to recently. The first was during our road trip from California to Maryland, and that one I had a really good experience with. Now, that was a book that I'd never read before, but I'd seen the movie, which is important to note, so I knew the story, at least the basic outline of it. I listened to it in the car, mostly in the passenger seat, I believe, and it was very easy to just focus on listening to the story. And I think I've experienced this before listening to podcasts while either I'm driving or in the passenger seat, and it's very easy to get everything and to really picture it and be in the moment. Now, this audiobook, Pride and Prejudice, I've never actually read it, but I've seen countless adaptations. It was difficult to pay attention. Now, I'm not sure exactly why, if it's because I'd seen the story so many times that it was almost boring, or if it was because I wasn't entirely focused on doing nothing but listening to the story. I mainly listened to it while doing household chores, like folding laundry and doing dishes and kind of roaming around my place, getting little things done. I felt like my attention was split, and not even that my attention was split, but that I kind of zoned out a bit, or I got into other things in my head and I wasn't focused. Whenever I listen to a podcast, or I guess now an audiobook, if I'm doing something else that's active, it takes away from my listening. And I think it's because listening to an audiobook is an active thing, whereas listening to music can be either active or passive. So if I'm listening to music and cleaning, I can sing along, I can enjoy it, I can hear it, it can kind of become my background noise. But when I have an audiobook playing, the audiobook immediately becomes my background noise, and I miss things here and there, and I'm not paying attention. I don't know if audiobooks are for me. Let me know in the comments your feelings on them. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. And last but not least, I really wanted to even things out with 4 books. So I read this picture book. It is Amelia and the Goblin King by Brian E. May Smith. It's published by Flying Eye Books, which is where my friend Jeff works. He gave me this book as a present when we were staying with them in New York City, and he said it was because he saw it and it just made him think of me, and it was something I would like. And yep, good job, Jeff. You know me well. This was a really great book. I absolutely loved the artwork, and the story was wonderful. A little darker than I was expecting for a children's picture book, but I kind of liked it, and it was cool. I'm gonna hold on to this book for quite some time, I think. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Jeff. It was a great present. So that is my May and June reading wrap up. I will do another one of these in 2 months. If you liked what you saw, I would love it if you would subscribe or support me on Patreon. Links in the doobly-doo.